Hey Stampers, Gaynor again, and it's been a while. I haven't crafted for about 4 or 5 days, but you won't see a gap at all, trust me, because I've got so many projects that are due in front. Uh, my best friend's father passed away from the coronavirus the other night. You won't see this for about a month though. He'd been passed away over a month by the time you watch this video, but it just really got to me. My mum wasn't the nicest when I was growing up. And my best friend, her family would open the door and they'd be all hugs and warm welcomes and everything, and just knew every single one of them. So, and I've known her since I was 4 years old. So I can't be there with her to give her a hug and a cuddle. I don't think they can attend the funeral. There's not many then that can go. But anyway, enough about that. I've got to start crafting again. Otherwise, I just won't. So I know I've got a bit of sadness in my heart for my best friend and her family, but I've got to keep myself sane as well. So I love you all. So I'm doing another album, and this time I'm going to be using the Graphic 45 Birdsong papers. I've already covered my album, and I've decided to use these stained papers that I bought last. Whoops, that's my tie deck. I bought, I think it was just before Christmas. Yeah, I've had them quite a while. I used them on another album at one point, but I just think they're beautiful. Vintage papers. You get a pack of 25. I think I had these off eBay. The Lazy Panda Card Company. But I'm sure it was off eBay I bought them. But I love them. They're really thin. And I didn't think they would cover the album very well, but I used Tyvek as well under there. And it's, well, they're not cracking, put it that way. The papers stayed lovely. So, but I will put a link up in here. An iCard will come up at some point. Whether it's been up already, I don't know, but I don't pick a I just put it in, and roughly it will be up in the top. If not, it'll be at the end of the video as well. When the subscribe comes up and the suggested video, I'll also put it in the suggested videos as well. So you won't have far to go to look for it on how to cover an album in any size. It's just so easy, so easy, so easy. So I've got that sorted. So I've already, like I say, covered my album. I've got a 3-inch spine. I'm going to do again the measurements and everything as best as I can to show everyone. The sun's just gone behind a cloud, so it's just gone really dark. This is the chipboard. This is the brown paper to cover the album. On the outside, I joined 3 pieces together and then just trimmed it a little bit. And then on the inside, I used a 7 by 10.5 there, and then I used 2 at 6 3/4 by 8 1/4 to cover those. But I think they're on the outside. Doesn't matter. We're gonna put paper on this anyway. DSP. So, and these are for the pages. You're gonna need 4. I would use 12 by 12. 4 at 12 by 12, because when you cut at 7 1/4. You're left with 4 3/4, which is there. So you want to cut those at 9, so you can be scored at 1/2 inch either end, and then the 7 1/4 on the short side we're going to score at 3/4 and 1 1/4, giving our pages will be then so you'll have rounded corners on one and a short piece. This is where we're going to use our inserts, and these flaps need to go in this way. So all 4 pages will measure a total of, there'll be 6 by 8, I think. 8. Yeah, 6 by 8 it'll work out, but one side will only have 4 3/4, which is this section, and then the other 1 1/4 is extra on the back page. But you'll use one sheet of 12 by 12 to do this. So cut at 7 1/4, which will leave you 4 3/4, and then cut it down. That leaves 4 3/4. So cut one down to 9 and the other one down to 8, and you'll have some 4" by 7 1/4" mats there, so you can do something with those for photo mats as well. Mr. Boyce, you're an angel. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, cheers, baby. Love you.
Love you too.
So I've got those 2 pieces here, and I've already rounded the corners off one side, so I know to flip and score this at 3/4 inch and 1 1/4 inches. They've got an extra 1/2 inch for bulk, so you need to burnish those both ways, because your page is open both ways. As long as they get put into the book this way, or you know, as long as you've got to have them so they go in that way for our spine, and the spine is 3 inches. And then this one, all you do with this one is score at 1/2 inch both ends. Use our bone folder for this. And then let me just burnish this again, just to be on the safe side. Like I say, both sides. So you're not actually using 4 sheets of paper, 8 sheets of paper. You're only using 4 12 by 12s, because you'll get the both pieces off here, and then this is going to get attached just on top of there, as close to that line as possible, but not without going over. And then there's, you've got that little for your inserts. So let's get this attached. So I'm going to glue one side down first. Right along the edge. Get that good burnish. Yeah, this is that beautiful songbird papers. Very oriental. Oh, loving it. Just rubbing my paper down where it gets cut on the trim. And so in that, a little line of glue now, and some more on her. And then I like to walk this down gently to keep the page flat. My face, I pull some weird faces when I'm crafting. So there is our 4th page. So we have now got 4 of those, 4 pages, 8 sides. And what we're going to do, we are going to decorate, and we're going to do all the flaps and all the DSP in one go, and then we'll attach them inside our album. So I can pop that to one side. I've also got this gorgeous paper. These were the bits that were left over, so that's where you end up with, you've got a nice photo mat, and some of them I've gone and cut out with some beautiful frames that I've got. I did this, oh couple of weeks back. I started this album about 3 weeks ago, but I've only just now come to get it together to film. So that is just short of 5, so about 4 3/4 by 3 1/4. So it's a good size photo mat, and it's how pretty that is. I'm just thinking, will these fit down the sides? Oh yeah, you could have them as your insert mats if you wanted, and just leave that little black display showing outside. I've cut 2 of those, and I've also cut a couple of these just on the ends and left these as 6 by, well, just short of 3 and they are 3 and 7/8. So good size photo mats they are as well. I don't know if they'll fit. Oh, they might, you know. So I might just keep the oh yeah, look at that. I might keep the fancy ones for the inserted pockets. Ooh, that one I may have to cut down a little bit. These are just dies that I got from different places. So yeah, I might take a little slither off that, just so I can keep it. I'm going to take it down to, say, just 7 and about 7.5. Again, this will fit in here now. Oh yes, absolutely gorgeous. May get a tag on there so you can either tuck it right in, but these are beautiful. I might even run some of these through. Oh, that's not quite big enough, but these can go in as a nice decorative piece once we've got our pages in. They've got tiny little swirls down the sides and love hearts shapes, but they can go as our beautiful inserts. Leave a lovely pattern on the side. But again, you can use these for photo mats as well. This one is just about 4 inches by 4 by 6, so a good size photo mat here, and this is 4 by 4, I think. Yeah, you've got a nice 4 by 4 piece. You will have some offcuts as well, so keep these to one side. I've got 2 there now. They're 4 inches by 12, so if I cut them in half, I'll have another 1, 2, 3, 4 photo mats there. Like I say, you can do something fancy with them if you want, or you can just keep them as 6 inches. So we've got plenty of photo mats. So I'll keep all those to one side. You can decorate them later. And these are actually slightly thinner because these are the piece we've took off. These are about 3 inches, so we can keep those to use in the album. And this piece, oh, this is just, that would make a small photo mat as well. That is 3 by 4 3/4, so yeah, that would make a nice photo mat. I've also fetched across some craft card, because somebody said, why aren't you making them on the craft card anymore? I only ever did one with craft card, but I'm thinking it might look nice actually to do it on the craft card and then attach it to the album if we don't use any other things. So there goes. So I'm going to pop that. I've fetched a whole load of this across. I don't need it all, but yeah, this is just craft card, very thin craft card as well, but quite a flexible paper. I can't remember if this was, I think it was about 210 or 200 GSM anyway. maybe more, I don't know. But I'll fetch that across as well. So, and we've got our photo mats. So let's crack on and let's get the first page done. Absolutely love it. So we will save lots on paper, by the way, by doing it like this, having a shorter page and a thicker page, because even if we are using 12 by 12, excuse me, you cut 6 off, because that is what that size is, 6 for flaps and stuff. I know I've rounded the corners, but I can always leave a 1/2 inch strip and then attach, and then add strips of paper down there. But this is going to be our first page. No point writing on page 1. Well, I could do it on this section. Because that's going to get glued down into the album. I've got an itchy nose, so I never know I'm not forgetting which page I'm working on. But I love those. I might cut some more of those actually. I wonder if I could cut. But they can add a photo, see, front and back, even after we've covered them. But they fit in there lovely, so she says when it comes out. So let me just write on here. Even that, mind you, we're going to decorate it, so let's get our gap. And I'm going to leave it so the border is in there. So this piece is going to be 4.5 by 2 7/8. So I need a piece of, and there's those gorgeous, gorgeous papers. I've gone ahead and cut away the cut parts. I've even cut away all the strips for labels. I have got strips cut as well. This is off the actual front cover. Absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous stamps as well. They can go in that piece actually. So that's off the front cover. That's off the front cover. That's off the front cover. Oh no, that's off the cut parts. So there was 2 cut parts there. Absolutely gorgeous. That is actually off the cover. So believe it or not, that, or even, where's that piece gone? That would fit on there lovely, but it would chop her head off. It would, wouldn't it? What a shame. I'll use that on something else though. But that one would fit on there lovely as well. So let's do that. So 2 7/8. Don't want to chop that birdie's head off. I didn't really want to cut them off, but by 4.5 did I say? Don't throw these things away like this, because you can cut those sections out. That is absolutely gorgeous, and that's going to just sit on there beautiful and give us our photo mat. But we've got all the parts for this, except for the pieces I ordered. Oh no, that was for ocean blue one. I mean, even this is off the cover. You could use these strips here, so it's up to you. I just put them in there because I just wanted to see what they will look like. I'm not even going to throw these bits away because they'll go on to something else. and so will this. All off the front cover. Got my little clips handy again. So I'm going to leave these out. And these bits. I've got my cardboard cutouts. I've also got these little cut aparts as well. This was off the front cover, and so was these. They were both off the front cover. Bird Song. And then you got these cut aparts with happiness. Great for journaling. You could cut that down even further if you wanted. But I don't throw anything. And I know once I've got a pack like this, I've got my 2 sticker sheets as well. Absolutely divine. And I also did cut out, this was a cut apart, and there's 12 of these gorgeous ladies in this. Aren't they beautiful? Absolutely stunning. Just gorgeous. So I've already cut those apart as well. And I rounded the corners with my corner rounder. Oops, I thought I could feel something. My little piece wants to come out all the time, keeps popping out. And so does that one. There we go. Oops, another one's popped out. But what gorgeous, gorgeous papers. And I've already taken them all apart. So we've decorated this. I might add white, or I might even use this gorgeous paper. Is that wide enough? Maybe a slight bit wider. I may use this for my photo mat paper as well. So you can line that up and then still add a photo on the back. So, oh, let me have a swig of my coffee. Mr. Voice, it's cold, mind you. I've been gas bagging for ages, so it's my fault. So on the back this time, 3 1/4 by 4 5/8. So 4 5/8. 4 7/8. Sorry. By 3 1/4. And then that can get attached on the back there. And then they can add a photo on the top. Just hope. Can't see the glue through it. Get a nice thin coat. Isn't that beautiful? So I can have a photo on there, and I've got these gorgeous songbirds on there. How beautiful. So I think I'm going to be using this paper for photo mats because it's nice and thin. And then that can go in there. Oh, I can just see a tiny little bit poking up on the back there. Well, I'll have to cut that off later. But isn't that absolutely gorgeous? And then when this is decorated, that can stay poking out and you'll just see it's gorgeous. Right, papers. Oh my goodness, look at this. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to use one piece for the stripes, but look at that on the other side. Those gorgeous lanterns on and the stars in the sky. So that is 1 1/4. So if I make that 1 1/2 by 7 7/8. So let's start on page 1. Front. We're going to need BB will be basic black, and DSP obviously your DSP. So I'm going to have one at 7 7/8 by 1 1/2, just to go on that insert. But I need my trimmer. Oh, dreaded trimmer. And that is 1 1/4, 1 1/2. Seven and 7/8. Round the corners. I mean, I'm not going to give you all the workings out for this photo mats, because it's up to you what size you have your photo mats. So I'm just going to slide that in. Give that a tiny little border. Perfect. Beautiful. And then that's going to look super sexy in there like that. Isn't that pretty? Maybe you could add some gems. Oh, that'd be nice. Let's have a look. Add them both sides. Beautiful. Maybe you could add one on all these spots, but then I'll be here forever popping gems everywhere. Just those two. Absolutely gorgeous. So that can stay out. Page 1, yes, we're on it. Another swig of my cold coffee, Mr. Boyce. Oh, right, let's get some workings out now to see what we're going to add. I've got my black cardstock as well, which is here, full packet. I've only just opened it. And we've also got those strips, in case we want to add a pocket on there as well. I'm just thinking. I haven't even decided what to do yet. Just absolutely gorgeous. Love it. So, do we have a... maybe 1, 2, 3. Now I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let's have a look. I know the 4 3/4 gainer. I've wrote it down so I don't have to keep measuring, but the front page is a 4 3/4 by 8 and the back one's a 6 by 8. So if I keep that where I can see it, that will obviously help. Look at this, thanks. But it's a bit crooked, so I won't use that. No, I'm joking, it was up another project. That is gorgeous. So whilst my head is ticking around, thinking about what we can do, I'm going to grab a black 12 by 12. And we're going to cut this at 4 3/4. Turn that actually, because that's got a little dent in it there. So they are, so if that's 8, if I do 5 and then 5, they're going to cross over in the middle lovely and stick together with 2 magnets. So 6 inches. So we're going to get 2 pieces out of this one. So 5.5 actually, isn't it? 5.5 and 5.5. I'm going to put that up there. Score these at 1/2 inch. So 2 at 5.5 by 4 3/4, long side 1/2 inch, and then we can attach one at the top, one at the bottom, that's a big overlap, but yep, attach one at the top, one at the bottom. Plug my end. Making sure that it's perfectly straight. And these will make great photo mats for some 4x4 photos. And if you spin this around, you can get it right bang on the edge and level. Perfect. That would go like that. And if I put a little pocket on here, instead of using magnets, we can use a little booklet to keep that in place. So I'm gonna cut that down to 5 3/4. And we're gonna score this at 3 sides at 1/2 inch. Half an inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. One at 5 3/4 by 3 inches, 3 sides, 1/2 inch. See that? Trim out our corners. And then that will attach onto there perfectly, and then a little booklet will go in there and stop that from opening. Perfect. Lovely. Obviously it's going to be a bit more substantial than that. Maybe we get a booklet in there. Let's have a look. Oh, not quite. Oh, there we go, look. Beautiful. Perfect size. So this opens, this has got a pocket. We could add a little tuck spot area on there. Again, that is 5 3/4. But I only want this by 1.5 inches. Let's see, is that 1.5 inches as well? Perfect. Two at 5 3/4 by 1.5, 1/2 inch both ends, because we'll glue the bottom bit down. And where I put my photo mat in that brown, beautiful brown paper, which coordinates with this paper, I will tell you those sizes, but I'm not, because obviously they're going to be a main part of the album. Anything that you can detach, I'll let you decide what you want to do with your album, because that's your album. So we have a little pocket here. hence the reason. But lift it up a bit, a mil away from that very bottom, we can still get where's my little ruler gone? That depth is 3.5. Oh, maybe if I took them down to 1 inch then, because we're only using them as a tuck spot. That way you can get a 4x4 photo on there. Yeah, I'm going to take them down to 1 inch. An inch. No, don't throw these because you could, no, it's not worth it. 1 inch. And while we're here, because we've got those little pockets going on there and there, cut my little photo mats. Let's just take 1 inch off that. So 5 by 4 3/4. So let's do 4. Oh, 4 3/4, right? Because I'll get the 2 out of that track new t-shirt and then cut this by 4. This one by 4. Because then they will fit on there. Oh, mind you, we need a little border, don't we? So if we do 3 7/8, three and 7/8 by 4 5/8. That's right, because we need a little border all the way around. Gaynor's forgetting her own head. Perfect. I'm just gonna right, so let's check this out first. Tiny little border. Oh, now see, I like and then we can attach these little 1 inch pieces. Perfect. Smallest pockets you've ever seen. Don't add it, you leave a mil away from the fold line. Perfect, so they can add a little photo on there, and that is our tuck spot. Leave one of those in there when we're done. So let's swap it around and do the same again on here. So yeah, you've got a paler side and a darker side. I like the darker side. And I'm having it up this top corner. I'll swap that measurement in a minute. So making sure you're away from your score line. So they're one, and then DSP and photo paper, PP. So I'm going to do the PP one down here. Photo paper, 2 at 4 5/8 by 3 7/8, and then we want DSP on there. So we'll need 2 at 7/8 of an inch by 4 5/8. Put our strips there. So I'm going to have one on that side. I'm going to have one in this side. That's entirely up to you what you put in yours. Gorgeous. Oh, look at that, just short. Just by a margin. Beautiful though. So let's see what border strips we've got. That's not big enough. Let's have a look what we've got on here. Surely there's gonna be. Ooh. These are 1 inch strips. I think. Oh, look at that. That's gonna fit on there. Perfect. Perfect, with a little black border. I'm having that. Oh my goodness, see what I mean? Stunning. Oh, beautiful. Happiness, love, dream. I don't want to cut anything off that. These are all the little border strips. Four 5/8 twice. Still leaves me a little piece. Just make sure that's perfectly right now. Oh, beautiful. I like the Chinese writing as well. Perfect. So you've got photo mat, and I'm going to turn her that way so she's looking at me the right way when I open it up, and I might use. These are beautiful. I might back that on some black card. How wide? It's too wide. But I can shorten that down a little bit. Make that 4.5. It is. And to make it less white on the back, I could add some of this beautiful paper, and that also can be used as a photo mat, but because it's white on the back, grab my black pen. I'm enjoying myself. And no one would ever know. Perfect. Like I say, these are photo mats, so I won't be giving sizes. There's no need, I don't think. What you can do is exactly what you want. So this measures now 4.5 by 5 3/4. Too long, that one. Mount that on the back. Perfect. Using even the paper that was some people would put in the bin, the covers. And that is beautiful and can act as our page stopper. Isn't that gorgeous? Oops, dropping bits on the floor. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Yes, I keep all these little bits. Faffing around a little piece, isn't it? But they're worth it in the end, trust me. So let's get decorating. What's the pity about that? Let's have some more of these little border pieces. Oh, look at those beautiful butterflies. I'm going to keep that one out. cute. I think that'll look nice on there to hide the hinges. And dress this paper. These are only 1/2 inch strip. That's just to hide those strips or to disguise them a little bit. I don't even think it's 1/2 inch. About 3/8 of an inch, I think. That is so pretty. So DSP 2 at, I think it's about 3/8 of an inch by 4 5/8 of an inch. This gap then should be 7. It is. What's the pick? That's not long enough. That's really thin, isn't it? That's 1/4 of an inch. Wow. Some of these are really thin. That is gorgeous. Bird song. That is really thin as well. Let's decide first what paper we're going to use. That's our page stopper, and you can add a photo on the back of there as well. Keep all my scraps together. Scraps, not even scraps, Gaynor. You haven't started to get scraps yet. So, that is so cute. What a great way to add a photo on there, and that beautiful. And stunning. So, am I going to use that paper inside and do a large photo mat? Because it's 4 3/4, I can afford to do a 1/2 inch strip all the way around and frame it. Let me just order the battery. But I'd have to use DSP. Right, let's have a look. See, that was the front cover of the papers. Obviously then you add the graphic 45 on it, but that's exactly like the papers. They smell gorgeous. Oh, look at this. Now that's a sheet of paper, but we could cut strips off to frame that. So if I cut that down to 1/2 inch. If I cut that down to 6, I should be doing it all right. And then 1/2 inch. And 1/2 inch. They will do down the sides. Because we're going to have 1/2 inch, because we're going to go like this. That's them. And then I need 1/2 and 1/2 and 1/2. 4 3/4 minus 4 5/8. Would it matter if we've got that down along the top? Yes. 4 5/8. Not 5 5/8, Gaynor. Don't worry, it's not going to go to waste. And then what's that strip with the red? Please don't tell me off about these strips. They won't go to waste, trust me. I just want them all matching. There we go. So that piece can go with these. These strips can go with these. And nothing will get wasted. We can dress this. I'm sweating paints. Oh, it's just over a little bit, but don't worry. So we've now framed our piece, and now our gap should be three and a half, just over, by 5 3/4. That's not long enough. Three and a half, 5 3/4. tiny black line all the way around. This paper. It's better. So I'm going to leave you all for a moment because the battery's going to go for one. You've been on for over an hour, and then we're going to come back, finish decorating this section on the next video, and then we can get to doing some gubbins on this side and more decorations. But I might just chomp off these corners and put an eyelet in there to disguise it a bit more. But so far so good. Got quite a bit done, and we've been recording now for a good hour and 20 minutes. So come back on the next video and we'll get some more pages done. Till next time. Bye.